Good morning, good morning. Welcome to 4x8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth. Welcome to My Time to Journal, an untrained person playing with lots of art supplies and having fun. Join me. Good morning, good morning. At the beach. It was 34 degrees here this morning, but I did find 38 seashells. The first time I have found shells since we've been back here in October. Since the beginning of October. Got my Freckled Fawn Traveler's Notebook. What do you call it? Monthly thing. That's technical term. Monthly thing. I'm making some of my own. Look at, okay, hold on. Look at these little bicycles I drew. I could make my own little washi tape. I have a thing for bicycles. Don't ask me why. But this is part of today's spread and I don't want to show it to you just yet. Freckled Fawn. This is washi tape and strips. Some chipboard, really thin, which is good. I like thin chipboard. I think these are like planner things, but I can use them. Letters, can always use these. These enamel dots, not a fan of. So, anyhow. And then the paper, which is 2 of each, and they're double-sided. Some of these I would use. I'm not a fan of. Pretty colors, but I'm not a fan of. These I can use. I love this with the graph paper and polka dots. This could go in our journal. Love the stars. Love the labels. Oh, I could use these stars on this side. Okay, so that's all good. When I was getting Kelly Perky's, when she was still Kelly Perky, I kind of didn't use the paper as much as I thought I would. But eventually I did. It took me a while. These can go in my planner though. And how many sheets are there? Or just one? Maybe. Yeah, I think so. That's a lot of letters. Somewhere I have an envelope full of this kind of stuff. Ah. Nope. I'm thinking it's here. Maybe it's at home, but I haven't seen it at home for a long time. Doesn't mean anything. It could still be at home. I bought another journal. I do not need it, but this is the same brand as the sloth one I have at home, which I brought. But I kind of like these. This is one from Michaels. There's a great good Michaels in Sumter, which is on the way here, the way I go. And it's a good place to stop and go to the bathroom. But you don't have the good, you do have a little bit of flatness across a double spread if you wanted to do it, which is important to some. I know this is crazy. I always cut these things off. I never use them. They irritate me. We don't want me irritated, do we? If you don't like that, don't look. Trying to see what I left here. I have all my Christmas stuff is here, and most of my Halloween stuff is, well, a good section of Halloween is here. All my Christmas washi tape. But I need to start taking that stuff home little by little, because in the end of March, it's going to be a pain in the you-know-what to take home. So anyhow, I'm going to leave this one here and I think I have my other 2 art journals here, and I brought my sloth one with me, so I know there's quite a few art journals here. Gonna finish this. I brought 2 books with me to 2 pieces of books to finish this up, where I kind of have some little things I want to flush out a little bit. Some of this is for all of this is for my Hobonichi. Let's see. All right. My journal. This is just an envelope from Amazon. And it says recycle, so I'm following the instructions. Let's see. Notepad. And I went ahead and ordered some of these little tiny envelopes. These are super cheap off of Amazon, but they're 5x7s, and I'm finding I'm using them for a lot of things around the house, everywhere. What is this? Oh yeah, middle of the night ordering. Okay, that's okay. I'll use them eventually. I love these kind, but these are expensive and not always easy to find. So these other little ones are easy to find off of Amazon. I think these came from scrapbook.com, and this is a popular size, so they're not always available. And with the supply chain, you never know when anything's going to be available anymore. I harvested a bunch of magazines before I left on Sunday night, so I have quite a few things here. All kinds of magazines. Let's see. Oh, I did bring Bob Ross. I want to finish these. My sisters gave me this for my birthday. But I have lavender soap that I brought from home, and lavender bath soak. This was all made up by Sacramento, where my friend lives. So yummy, yummy. Can use those here. I went out on the beach this morning. Sunrise was like at 7:20 or something like that, but low tide was at 7:30. So I went and I found 38 shells. I have not found any shells since we've been here. I'm going to put a picture at the end. It was amazing, but it was also 34 degrees. It was cold. My hands were so cold. All right. Today, the prompt is orange, as in like fruit, but I'm going to change it up a little bit, because my favorite person, and who got me into all of this, and who I blame for all of these problems and or fun times, is Amy Tangerine. She was one of the very first people that in Carty. So my prompt is going to be switched up to Tangerine. And I have my first, whatchamacallit, page protector, which I just took big 8.5 by 11 page protectors and used my fuse tool, which I did not bring back, but I've got quite a few in here. I got 4 or 5 in here, and fused pockets and put them in. So, okay, we're going to go fast forward. Otherwise, this is going to take forever. Although it was faster last night. So that was good. All right, we're going high speed. There's a little bit of struggling here, but I eventually get it done. I took orange and I took, oh shoot, what other color did I use? All right, I used stars, the stars out of that paper pack from Freckled Fawn. So I have gray on one side, and even though they look like polka dots, they're stars, and orange tangerine on the other. And then I'm going to reverse the ink and spell across diagonally Amy, 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 with Amy's letters. I ordered, if you haven't heard this story, several years ago, I guess when we first got this house, well, before we got the house, but the second set came after we got the house. And that right there is a pill dispenser, but it's the best way to store these little stamps. And that was My Life Mitts advice years ago. And I took it and I love it and have used it ever since. Anyhow, okay, so I couldn't find my block and I finally found it. It's very dirty and these stamps are very dirty. So I spit on my finger and it gets enough spit to stick to the block. I know. They're easy to clean. I just have never done it. Anyhow, I lost this set at one time, so I ordered another one. So I have two sets of Amy font letters stamps. So I'm this is tangerine ink, and I'm from Ranger, and I'm stamping Amy on the gray and tangerine, and then on the black, no, you know, on the orange, I'm going to stamp it in black. So it kind of offsets each other. And then that little piece of paper is just scrap paper. Thank you to my sister. And I'm going to put that in my Hobonichi because it's Amy Day here. Anyhow, this is super, super simple. Nothing fancy, but it makes my heart happy. And when I open up my journal to the day 11 prompt, it's going to say, "You love Amy." I'm like, no kidding. I've always loved Amy. I love her positivity. I love her colors. I love her box of yummy stuff on in her studio. That craft box set are like $3,000. So see, I did it, and I have them going opposite diagonally from each other. So it looks like I planned it, but I sort of did, but I sort of did. And my stamping is not perfect, but it works for me. And then I try to draw tangerine slices like her logo, but it didn't work. FYI, spoiler. But I did do those letters on Procreate, just super simple blobs of paint, and then I drew Amy, and then I'm gonna go over in the white Amy and use black um, pen. So I wasn't sure how I wanted to do these, but I love things stacked. And so I grabbed some black paper from a magazine that I harvested, and I'm going to kind of harvest or accentuate the orange with black since there's a lot of gray going on here and black. Here's where I try to draw an orange slice or tangerine slice. I couldn't remember how the sections went. It was a disaster. The second one is better, but still not acceptable. So yeah, I apparently I can't harvest tangerines um, or draw them. But I found I would sort of this would have been the right way, but it needed to come from the top, not the bottom. Anyhow, I was looking for erasers, couldn't find that. Then I thought, oh, I have Amy washi tape, didn't have it with me. If I had planned this better, I could have had a lot of Amy supplies, but oh well. Um, so yeah, there's where the stripes come from. Stupid, stupid lady. But it still wasn't perfect, and I'm okay without having her logo in here. Um, now that I look at it, it is not perfect, but it's not so bad. Anyhow, I end up with a heart, and she draws wonky hearts all the time, and I like the wonkiness. There's my eraser that I was looking for earlier. Uh-oh, low battery. Guess I better plug this in. Okay, we're plugged into electricity. So my charger, my Mac needs to charge. Anyhow, so I went back to the tangerine paper and punched out some more circles. This does not look Halloweeny in real life as much as it looks Halloweeny here. It's not tangerine, or it's not Halloween. It's tangerines. It's Amy. So I put her down the middle, sort of all wonky, because I just like wonky. But then I ended up straightening up the letters a little bit. Um, and I started to say she uh, does. I like her aesthetic. I love her take on life, and I'm trying to outline this, just give it some more color and bring in some more tangerine. And I just cut out this paper from a piece of paper that I had jelly printed, I believe, and then I couldn't resist adding a little polka dots here and there. I think that's about the only thing she doesn't do is polka dots. But I stuck it on here in the middle, and I love how this turned out. It's so simple, 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 but a little bit more mixed media, a little bit more art journaly style, as much instead of as much just glue booking. But and I'm just wonky doing some more outlining there. I just loved how this turned out. I really do. It's my fangirl and ode to Amy. Tangerine on a tangerine day. So thanks for watching. There's my shells. Woo! See you all tomorrow.